Hello again everybody. As we commented in the previous video, this week, February 9th until February 15th, we're going to be working on Unit 2.2, but we're also going to be working on Record of Work number 1 or RoW number 1. And the deadline to submit this record of work is February 15th, next Sunday before midnight. Okay, it's really important. And now let's see, now that we check that, let's access the course website again. courses.britishcouncil.org/teacher training, and it's taking a while. Okay, there we go, there it is. Sorry, my internet was kind of slow today, I don't know. Alright, so here we are going to access the portfolio section. You are already familiar with that section because here is where you uploaded your first assignment. You remember that terrible assignment we submitted a few days ago? Okay, very good. So here we have CIS Proficient Portfolio. I'm gonna click here. You know, you're in the CSL portfolio. I'm sure you already read that. Here we have a reflection space. A couple of you have been uploading portfolio notes. Those notes are personal. They are for your own use. It's not mandatory to do them. If you haven't done them, don't worry. We are not gonna check that, okay? Then you have blogs. You know, I mentioned this in a previous video a couple of weeks back, but here you have the course handbook. I emailed this to you in December. I think it would be a good idea for you to take a look at it again at some point during the week. You have the complete handbook or you have the summary version, whichever is fine. Here we have the sample assignments. You already did assignment number 1. Everybody received feedback. We're going to have assignment number 2 and assignment number 3 before June, so we still have time. And here we have sample records of work. This is what I'm interested on today. So below you will find sample records of work from different units, together with a rationale for each one. These are a guide to the type of content you could include. So remember, this is a clear example of what you are expected to accomplish, alright? So read through the sample records of work, note the moderator's comments at the end. So let's see, I'm gonna open them in a different tab. I opened CSL sample record of work A. And here I have CSL 2.1 grammar, phrasal verb dictionary. So let's see if it opens. Oh my, it's really slow today. Okay, so here we have a beautiful, you know, piece of material submitted by a teacher. And this kind of material that this teacher submitted looks like his or her students' work. And the reason the teacher submitted this is because it's a complement to his or her record of work. So I am gonna ask you to take a look at this, alright? And right now, together, we are going to read the guidelines for the record of work. Here we go. Additional records of work guidelines and upload. Select 3 to 6 records of work you've done over the course as evidence of your professional development in these areas. Now, we only have 3 mandatory records of work. You can check that in the calendar. The first one's going to be submitted on February 15th. The second one's going to be submitted on March 22nd. And the last one's going to be submitted on May 3rd. Okay? So we are only asking you to work on 3 separate records of work. And here are examples of the different records of work you could use to demonstrate your development in each area. Try to choose a wide variety of records and make sure you show how you've applied new ideas from the course. So remember, here the key point in CSL courses is that we have to show that we are taking some of these ideas, some of the forum posts, or maybe some of the exercises or the resources that we are reading, and that we are taking that knowledge to our classrooms. That's the essential point of a CSL course, alright? So here we have example area of development, understanding of learners' needs in material selection and development, examples of materials used, record of learners' work, documents, videos, audio files, photos, a blog or portfolio entry, on how you have selected materials when lesson planning, observation notes on your lesson, or a colleague's lesson. So here maybe you can ask someone who's working in the same school you are working at to observe your class, to submit some notes, okay? Another example here could be demonstrating learners' progress, a summary of a wiki or forum discussion or class discussion, a record of feedback you have received from your coordinator, from another teacher, from your directors, I don't know, a short video or audio recording of part of a lesson. Now this would be really interesting. If you have the chance to do it, go for it. If you don't, well, you have some other options. Observation notes on your lesson or a colleague's lesson. Maybe you can also, do some team teaching, go to another teacher's class, observe his or her work and submit some comments, okay? Another example, self-directed learning goals and achievement, a summary of a wiki or forum discussion or class discussion, a record of feedback you have received, a blog or portfolio entry on how you have achieved a particular goal, observation notes on your lesson or colleague's lesson. So we can check that the idea is to either show how we're using materials or how we are applying the knowledge that we're obtaining in this course, all right? So peer observations are really important, coordinated observations are too. So it says, contact your moderator to discuss what to submit here. Use the additional records of work template here, to write the summary and rationale for each record of work. The rationale should be between 450 and 550 words in length. To read more about each area of development and the assessment criteria for records of work, go to page 22 on the course handbook. That's why I was telling you to take another look at this. If you would like to submit a short video, contact your moderator about how to do this, as a video files are too large to upload to the portfolio. So if your plan is to upload a video of a class where you are using ideas from CSELT, in that case, you would have to send me a message. We would have to agree on how you're going to send me that video, because it would be impossible to send them through the platform. They are too heavy for the platform, all right? So let's take a look at the record of work template. I am going to download it to my computer, and I'm going to display it for you to see. We're going to discuss it together. So basically, you have to take a look at all of the examples we have here. You remember that we were observing the material on this first record of work. It was photos of teenagers' work, okay? So in this case, I guess they were talking about love, but they were working on phrasal verbs. You can see here you have break up, hang out, end up, fall in love, get on well with someone, get over someone. So that's what they were discussing. That was the material submitted by that specific teacher. Let's take a look at the rationale. Let me open it. Why is my internet so slow today, guys? I wonder. Okay, and here we have another beautiful template similar to the one you filled out for the assignment, but in this case we have record of work, summary, and rationale. So we have name, the name of this teacher, date, CSELT unit and title. Remember, you're gonna take one of CSELT units as an inspiration for your record of work, as you did for your first assignment. So far we have checked what? Unit 1.1, 1.2, 1.3. This past week we checked 2.1, and in this present week you're going to be checking 2.2. So you have 5 units to choose from, okay? So choose one of those units and state which unit you're going to be using here. URL or activity name showing how record of work relates to a new idea from CSELT. So if you tell me, I am going to work again on multiple intelligences, okay, you have to include the link to the course material, the CSELT course material on the platform that gave you that idea or that served as an inspiration. If maybe you want to work on how to teach grammar, oh, it's because I read this good idea in the forum. Okay, good, go to the forum for that unit, copy the link and paste it here. So what we need to see here is the link for the forum comment, the wiki, the resource, the exercise that inspired you to develop the material you are developing, okay? Then here we have development area, understanding of learners' needs in material selection and development. Remember, the learning areas were presented below here. These are the areas of development. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. For each of them, you have examples of what you could submit as your record of work. So the first thing to do, guys, is select an area related to the unit that you are interested in applying, and then choose one of these options for your record of work, okay? So then we have type of record of work chosen, record of learner's work. You know, since this person here in the exam, sorry that I'm changing the pages so often, but I have to show you one thing and the other. So, for example, here in this Sam Pleasant's record of work, we have the development area was understanding of learners' needs in material selection and development. So, understanding of learners' needs, the first one. And this person, Sam, had 4 options. Sam decided to use examples of materials used, I think. Okay, record of learners' work, even better than that. Records of learners' work, example, documents, videos, audio files, photos, okay? So remember, you're gonna choose a unit, then you're gonna choose an area of development. It could be the one you prefer, you have 4 options, and then you're gonna choose an example of record of work, okay? After that, we have the rationale. What is that? What does this record of work demonstrate? How does the record of work show that your teaching has developed as a result of doing this course? Why have you chosen it? So you have an explanation here. We have to reflect on that. It's like, oh, it's because since I checked the last unit, I decided that I was not going to explain grammar rules explicitly. I decided to do it implicitly, and these are photos of an activity I did with my students, and I believe that I changed it because of this or that. So here you have this example. Please take the time to read it carefully. Remember, we have to submit this next week, next Sunday. You have enough time as long as you plan in advance. If you're gonna try to get photos of your students on Friday or Saturday, that's gonna be nearly impossible. You need to plan ahead. You have from Monday and until Friday, I assume, to collect the materials that you're gonna need. So we need to start planning this activity so that you can sit down at home on the weekend and complete the record of work, okay? So in this case, we have moderators' comments. Last time I sent you audio feedback. This time I'm not quite sure yet if, well, sorry, moderator Millie or tutor Millie sent audio feedback. I think that tutor Mario is gonna send written feedback soon. So in my case, I send audio feedback. I am not sure if I am gonna send comments in the same template, or if I'm gonna send comments in the comment section in the evaluation, or if I'm gonna send audio again, okay? I'm not quite sure yet, but this could be an example of what I am gonna do. Here we have the result and we have the comments, okay? So, well, this is what we are expecting you to do by the end of this week. I'll repeat it again, a brief summary. You're gonna select a unit that inspired your teaching, that is changing your teaching a little bit. We have unit 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 2.1, or 2.2, which is the unit you are covering this week. Then you're gonna select an area of development and you're gonna select an example of record of work, okay? If you have questions, if you have problems, well, just remember you can watch this video as many times as you want, as many times as you can, but please watch the video as soon as possible. And if you still have questions, send me a message, send me an email. You know, I'm always there for you guys. So take care, have an excellent week, and bye-bye.